Hey, Bafael here. In the last video I mentioned safe block strings and how spammable, and thus how fundamentally important, they are to the game's engine. Today we're going to talk about applying and resisting pressure that they create. Since so many block strings end at neutral frames, it's very important to understand the mix-up that happens when two characters recover at the same time, right next to each other. Remember that leaving block takes one frame, so the attacker is at a slight advantage at 0 on block moves. Let's start by learning our fastest normal. The first attack to come out will be the winner if both players attack. Liu Kang's fastest normal is a 6 frame down 2. This is important but unsafe and committal, so instead let's use a 7 frame stand 1, which is safe and leads to big damage. Generally, after my safe block strings, I can immediately 1 to beat whatever they go for, and even hit confirm it to a full combo. The opponent has a few ways out of this. Let's discuss them in detail. First, the opponent can just block my initial and my follow-up combo. This in a sense is a victory for me because my strings do chip damage and I'm still safe. But if I get a hard read on the blocking, I can follow up with a throw to punish. Another option is backdashing. Backdashes have a bit of invincibility and cover a lot of ground, so they can be used to escape my pressure. My 1-1-3 string is good, but very bad at catching backdashes. However, if I use Dragon's Roar, it's safe and has good ability to chase backdashes. This move is slower, and if they go for their jab combo, it could actually counter hit me. To test your strings to catch backdashes, just set the dummy's reversal option to backdash in training. Crouching is another anti-pressure option. Most of the fastest attacks in this game are highs. If the opponent crouches without blocking, then does a crouching attack, they can dodge my standing 1 or my throw, and hit me with a crouching normal. Down 2 does good damage here, but is unsafe on block for most of the cast. Down 3 and down 4 are unrewarding on hit, but very safe. If successful, they generally put the opponent in a lot of recoil, which gives the defender the opportunity to be aggressive. However, these options have the defender crouching without blocking, which means a fast mid-string will punish them. Another major anti-pressure option is an armored reversal. This will blow through whatever attack I go for. Most armored reversals cost meter, and they seem to have follow-ups or be safe, but not both. Unfortunately, you just have to block or otherwise bait these out to punish them. Throws don't break armor either, if you're wondering. It's important to note that some strings can be interrupted with an armored reversal in the middle of the string. To test this, set the dummy to use an armored special as reversal, and test your various strings on them. All of these options also apply to a knockdown scenario. However, there are 2 additional defensive options for the player waking up: quick stand and delayed stand. Quick stand can give you a speed and distance edge that lets you avoid wake-up pressure, while delayed stand can allow your opponent to commit to things thinking you'll be forced to block them while they just miss. Note that with many block strings cancelled into a fast, safe, high attack, you cannot go from crouch blocking to raw crouch to make them miss, as the highs will simply hit your crouch blocking hurtbox before it can transition to a raw crouching hurtbox. This is called fuzzy guard. Remember, you'll be subjected to block strings a lot too, so you'll have to cycle through the defensive options yourself. The best defense is a good offense, so focus on subjecting your opponent to pressure in order to avoid it yourself. Block strings that are only a little minus, like -3 or so, are safe, but the opponent's attacks will come out faster than yours. So minus block strings usually sacrifice momentum rather than being outright punishable. That's it for this one. In video 8 we'll be talking about some of the higher potential options off of running.